What is up, guys? Faces Gaming here, and welcome back to another tier list video. It's been a hot minute since the last time we've done a tier list video. And, you know, with Chapter 3, Season 3 of Fortnite being out, this hasn't been out for long for me at the time of me recording this. By the time you guys are watching it, it's probably had multiple updates. Or we might even be, I don't know, in Chapter 3, Season 5 or 4 or 6 or something like that. I don't know, but at least for today, for me, we're going to be updating our Fortnite tier list from all the way up to Chapter 3, Season 3. Now, for this version of the tier list, I have really been sitting down and thinking about all the seasons that I played. And I have a lot of differing opinions about these seasons. So let's get started. As you know, with tier list, the top is good, the bottom is bad, and then down there below where it says didn't play and no opinion, those would be for the seasons. Of course, the seasons I didn't play, and for seasons that I don't have a solid opinion on. Excuse me. So I have each chapter organized by season. So you see from chapter 1, season 1 to 10, season 2, chapter 2, season 1 to 8, and all that stuff. Instead of it all being mixed up together, I have everything kind of centralized. So let's kick this off. Sorry for the rambling. It's been a while since I've done a recording like this. But let's kick this off with chapter 1, season 1. As you all know, I didn't play it. I've watched it. I've seen people play it, but I haven't played it myself, so I don't have a honest opinion about it. Same thing can be said about chapter 1, season 2. I've seen people play it on YouTube. I watched Hollow play it a bunch, but I didn't play it myself. Same thing can also be said for chapter 2, season 3, excuse me. Chapter 1, season 3, excuse me. Gosh, I can't speak. Same deal, watched it, didn't play it. And then we have the weird elephant in the room, chapter 1, season 4. I've played it, but I didn't play it a lot. I played a few games, and that was only with the Thanos LTM. And that was the only thing I played. I didn't play a lot of season 4. I only played a couple games of that. So I'm trying to think do I have a solid opinion about chapter 1, season 4? Or was I just going off of how I felt about it? You know, I think I'm gonna have to unfortunately put chapter 1, season 4 in the no opinion. Because I just don't have a solid opinion on it because I didn't play it that much. And the last season of this tier, the bottom tier, is going to be chapter 1, season 5. Because I didn't play it, y'all know this. Didn't play it, watched it. Kind of redundant. That sentence is kind of redundant at this point. But now, my first full season, the first of many full seasons that I play of Fortnite. Chapter 1, season 6. I came back after playing a little bit of season 4, missing season 5. I came back to season 6 and I played I won 6 games. Obviously won 6 games, experienced Fortnite mares and whatnot. Saw my first ever live event in person and whatnot. But here's the thing. What do I think? I've been really thinking about the season. What do I think about chapter 1, season 6? You know, I thought it was just okay. It was just okay. Nothing too bad, but nothing too bad, nothing too spectacular. It didn't do anything spectacularly. It didn't do anything spectacularly bad, but it also didn't do anything spectacular except for the event. That's about it. Now we go to chapter 1, season 7. Oh, also I might throw in some gameplays of each of these seasons. So starting with season 6 and then going on up. Because I think I do have, no, I don't have gameplays for season 5 or season 6. No, I do. So, chapter 1, season 7. My second full season. I was playing a lot of Team Rumble during this season. I played a couple squad games, a few duos. I got my first solo in this season, but I was at this point in time in Fortnite, I was primarily playing big team modes. Like back in season 6, I was playing, you know, Food Fight and Disco Domination. Same thing with season 7. I was playing a lot of Disco Domination and Team Rumble and whatnot. So I wasn't really in deep into the solo stuff yet. But my overall enjoyment of chapter 1, season 7, in my opinion, was pretty good. I do think this was a pretty good season, although other people might disagree. I really did enjoy this season a lot. But Chapter 1, Season 8, I'm gonna put it immediately up in there in great. This was a great season of Fortnite, and whenever I do like a preset like game where I go back and use a skin from Season 8, I get nothing but just good vibes, because Season 8 was my first full season with the Battle Pass, and it's just everything about Season 8 brings back some of the best memories of Fortnite I've ever had. Brings back the good old days. Now, while a lot of people might not like Season 8, I loved Season 8, and I really want to go back. Plus, the Palm Leaf is my favorite. Was one of my favorite umbrellas at the time. Next up, Chapter 1, Season 9, second summer season. Okay, how much fun? Okay, I had a ton of fun in Season 9. Okay, Season 9. It didn't get much better than that. A lot of people don't like Season 9 because, you know, the meta was like combat shotgun. If you didn't have it, you were pretty much toast. But I liked the combat shotgun. Probably because, you know, I was still pretty new. I'm only 3 seasons deep at this point, going into my 4th, okay? So any gun that is easy to use, it's fine by me. Plus, I knew how to use the pump. You remember those montages I put up with Season 8. So, what do I think about Season 9 as a whole? I'm not gonna repeat myself. Put it right in front of Season 8. Season 9 was a great season. People don't like this season for myriad reasons, but I love this season. It was great. Really great. And here we are at the final season of Chapter 1, Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 10. I didn't play a lot of solos. I won 3 solos this season and won a duo, and that was with my little brother, or maybe one of my friends, I don't know. But my time in Season X was primarily spent in Team Rumble. Literally in Team Rumble. I also played Arsenal. Well, I played Fortnite's gun game, but that was like the first time this had ever been added. I think it came in season, I don't know. But I played Fortnite gun game. I won it, and then I just spent the rest of my time after I got the battle pass just grinding the battle pass like I normally do. This thing. I've really been fond of Season 10. I think Season 10 was just okay. It's not as bad. Looking back on it, it's not as bad as people thought it was, in my opinion. It's not as bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, the mechs primarily almost killed the season, but it wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. It's just okay. It's just a very middle of the road season. The end of the season really, you know, the end event pretty much saved this season, in my opinion, from being boring or not. You know, that's how I feel about Season X anyway. Now we go from Chapter 1 to Chapter 2, Season 1. This one's simple. Gonna throw it right up there in the boring. This season started off great. Everybody remembers this. Season 1 started off great, and then it died out really quick. Fastest and quickest season to get boring ever, in my opinion. Chapter 2, Season 2. Last time I put it in A tier. Is it still worthy of A tier? I've been looking back on it a lot, and I'm thinking, yeah, it still does. It still definitely deserves to be an A tier. Definitely deserves to be an A tier. Chapter 2, Season 2, it's still a great season. Literally, it's still a great season. It literally still is. Season 3 couldn't really do much worse, but sadly it did. Now we go over to Chapter 2, Season 3, and I'm gonna check it right here in the same spot as Chapter 2, Season 1. Chapter 2, Season 3 was just as boring. Funny enough, Chapter 1 and 3 had this problem where they started out great, but then it ended really bad. And it didn't help that Season 3 had one of the most hyped up POIs in all of Fortnite. And when it dropped, it was the most underwhelming, most disappointing POIs to ever exist. Talking about you, Coral Castle. Yes, I full named it. Oh, season 3, season 4 needed to like redeem chapter 2. In my opinion, it did. So, going up next, chapter 2, season 4, you already know where it's going. I don't need to explain anything is going up here and near perfect. If you disagree, that's fine. Chapter 2, season 4, hands down the best season of chapter 2 by far. Literally GOAT status. That's how good it was. I've sung this season's praises on the past 2 tier lists that I've done with this game, with Fortnite. And I'm gonna continue doing it. Because this season was good. And I'm not pretending it's not. This season was great, phenomenal. A lot of people did not like this season because, you know, it was a collab season. But who cares? And it didn't help, by the way. This season also had the best loot pool of all seasons so far. And the fact that the combat shotgun got nerfed, and I was sad about it. Yeah, that's another thing. The combat shotgun got nerfed, I was sad, but that still could keep me away from enjoying the season. Okay, chapter 2, season 5, where you already know where this is going. Right and boring. The season was boring. The battle pass was pretty boring. They hyped this season up by, the plan, pure chaos. There was no chaos. It was just straight boring. The start was boring, the middle was boring, and the end was boring. That's about it. Now we got chapter 2, season 6. No matter how many times, no matter what I think about chapter 1, season 6, no matter how many times I go back to it, no matter how many times I try to look at it from a different angle, a different perspective, no matter what I do, I still cannot see it in any other tier but that. No matter, even though it had a great end of season event with the zero crisis, that was a great event. And the possible event and the possible escape was one of the coolest, it was one of the most interesting LTMs to ever be made. But everything else about season 6 was just bad. The crafting system was good, but very underutilized. The makeshifts were terrible. The primals, while I liked the primal rifle I thought was really good. The primal shotgun was broken at launch and then total dog cheats after it got nerfed. The bows weren't very useful except for the shockwave bow. The primal SMG was trash. Primal pistol was freaking terrible. You be quiet, phone, when I'm talking. And on top of all that, the battle pass was fine. But the overall layout of the season just wasn't good. Now we go from season 6 to season 7. Chapter 2, season 7. I'm gonna chuck it. Let's see. I'll chuck it in good. It was good. Not great. Mind you, not great. It could be in great, but it wasn't a great season. It was just a good season. It was the 3rd summer season we had, and a lot of people did not like this season because, just wasn't that good. It wasn't as good. I thought it was good. The whole alien theme that the season had going on, it was fine. Battle Pass was pretty underwhelming in my opinion. While a lot of people did like the Battle Pass, I do not like this season's Battle Pass. I think it's one of the worst. I think it's one of the weakest. I think it's weaker. Funny enough, it's weaker than Chapter 2, Season 5's, and I thought that season's Battle Pass was weak. Funny enough. And then we come up to the end of Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Season 8. Now, I've done a lot of research about Chapter 2, Season 8. And funny enough, a lot of people do not like this season. Hold up, water break. Excuse me, y'all. A lot of people do not like this season. And you know what? I disagree. This season was actually pretty cool. I'm gonna chuck it up. Okay, it wasn't a great season. I think it was just a good season in my opinion. I think it was definitely, I think it was better than Chapter, no. Was it better than Chapter 1? Yeah, I think it was. It's the best of the good, tier. A lot of people did not like the season, but this season was fine though. The battle pass is clean, and although the map changes weren't really too spectacular, you got over it after a while. But the best time to be alive was when the shockwave launcher was in the game. That right there, mixed with like the railgun and the recon scanner. Oh my god! Literally, season 8 ended really well, though, in my opinion. Though season 8 ended really well, and the end of season event for season 8 was really good. And to me, chapter 2 ended off on a really good season. It really did. And now we have our 3 seasons of chapter 3. Starting with chapter 3, season 1. You already know the verse. You already know where it's going. Boring! Like chapter 2, season 1, it started off good, and then it nosedived. To be honest, literally, this season literally didn't have much going for it. I mean, sure, we had 2 new POIs, we had Tilted come, we had a whole new map, whole new bunch of new POIs, and a few returning POIs, like Shifty and like Chp3 came back, then Tilted came back, and then we had a new POI in the form of Covert Cavern, excuse me. Then we had like the Spider-Man Mythic. Spider-Man was a part of the Battle Pass. The Fort Foundation was in with the Secret Skin. We had Winterfest this season as well. But other than that, had a strong start, but it got boring real quick. Plus, it didn't help that the MK7 and the Stinger SMGs literally ruined the season. It really didn't help. Really didn't help. A lot of people really like that gun. Think about it. Chapter 3, Season 2, Resistance Season. Notable features: Tac Sprinting, Mantling, and Zero Build. But you already know what I'm gonna say without me saying it. Let me go ahead and put it to where it needs to be. Boring. The beginning of this season was great. We had all the blimps on the map. There was a ton of ways to get around the map. We had zip lines, the blimps had mobility and cannons and whatnot. There was so much mobility in this season at the start. But one by one, each week, the blimps started going and going and going, until finally the only blimp on the map was over at Command Cabin, which I never went over to, except maybe in Team Rumble. But in solos, I never go over there until the end of the season when the challenges required me to go over there. But yeah, chapter 1, chapter 3 so far has a pretty poor batting average so far. Each season, both the previous season started off strong, but they didn't have a strong finish. They ended boring. Granted, season 2 had seasons that started off strong and ended strong, like season 2 and season 8 and season 4 in my opinion. Heck, even that's about it. Chapter 1 had a lot of good seasons that started off strong and ended strong, like season 9, season 8, season 7 even. Heck, some parts of season 6 you could say. Just being generous. But so far, chapter 3, batting average ain't looking too good. And now we have our current season, chapter 3, season 3. At the time of recording this video, again, I say this again, we have just entered week 2. We've just entered week 2, and let's be honest, I have not played much of this season so far though. I dig the vibe. Of course, the theme of the season is vibing. You know, it's supposed to be a more chill summer season this season, but do I have an opinion on the season? I don't, unfortunately. So I don't have an opinion on the season just yet. I'll come back later, but I'll just put it in no opinion so far. I don't have an opinion on the season just yet, other than the Battle Pass looks okay. Nothing too crazy going on about the Battle Pass. Nothing too crazy going on. I mean, we got Darth Vader and Indiana Jones' Secret Skin, but other than that, nothing too, out there. And that season's Battle Pass was pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, guys, let me just quickly look through and make sure everything is fine. Do I need to move things up? Do I need to shift things around? Okay, I will move chapter 2, season 2, chapter 3, season 2. I'll move it at the top of boring. And then I'll also move chapter 3, season 1 up. And I'll move chapter 2, season 3 up because of the cars. Because, cars, when cars came in, When Cars came, you know what? No. Chapter 3 season 3, Chapter 2 season 3 was okay. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't boring. It was just okay. Yeah. And are there any other seasons? Now I feel like a lot of people are gonna think I should bring season X down because of the mechs. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people are gonna say that. Nah. I think I'm good. I think I'm okay. Let me just look over real quick. You're perfect, great, good, okay, boring, bad. Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Okay. I am confident with my choice. I am very confident with my choices. So, there we go, guys. That is my brand new updated Fortnite Chapter 1 to Chapter 3 tier list, but Chapter 3, Season 3 added. I don't have an opinion for it right now, but check back in with me maybe a couple months from now, maybe I'll talk about it. But, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. It's weird to be making a video like this. Of course, it's weird to be making another video like this, but I should be doing more videos to get back into the swing of YouTube, like I did with the preview to return, as you know. So, thank you guys for watching. Talk to you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Stay safe out there. And, you know, like, subscribe, hit that bell, turn on post notifications. You know the deal. Love you. Peace out.